That smug smile at the end of this episode, holy shit. When she's like, Baka, and you just see how she's holding the cards. Mary's just holding the cards. She's all smug. Like, oh my god, like, yo. She's kind of fallen from grace the past couple episodes, but to see her finally back and doing things, especially manipulating people, pretty fucking entertaining. Oh my god, that guy in this episode has it coming. That man has it coming so bad. That man is going to get wrecked. I mean, for what he was doing to Yumiko and all that in this episode, where he was like, oh yeah, I want you to strip for me and all that. I'm like, yo, you are a disgusting piece of absolute, human filth. And when she's like, nah, I won't do that now and all that, when she realized, he wasn't going to rough her up, and then, he started to actually hurt her, I was like, this man is just straight fucking disgusting. And so seeing how this man is in the same match with Mary and now Yumiko, I cannot wait to see this man just take all of their debt and get completely ruined. I just cannot wait to see his face just turn to absolute horror when he realizes how he fucked up. That's going to be just great, because, I mean, just imagine Yumiko's face when she wins and looks at this man, because even though she seems to be very kind and all that when she's not gambling, we have seen that she has a very, very, very evil side to her when she gambles. So I'm very curious to see what she does when she probably wins this match and gets rid of her debt completely. But anyways, though, I want to take a few moments to talk about what this episode did, which made me very, very happy. They changed up the formula a little bit with the gambling. Now, number one, instead of having it to where our main female character, Yumiko, she's up against her opponent, and it's like a 1v1 situation, in this case, Yumiko is in a situation where she actually has someone on her side helping her out, too. So, instead of someone working against her, she's actually working with someone to overcome them. But then it goes one step further as well. Yumiko is using the old-fashioned trick when it comes to gambling, bluff of a bluff of a bluff. Or, oh, I have, an ace in my hand, but I could just be saying that could be a bluff, but then I could be bluffing about bluffing. So, these multiple bluffs and all that, especially with what they were doing at the end of the episode, I fucking love that. I love that when it comes to these type of series, or literature in general when it comes to gambling. I'm not always completely fascinated about cheating, even though it could be a good part of a series, especially when it, is revolved around gambling. I like characters outsmarting each other, using bluffs to outwit each other, and that's what I really find entertaining when it comes to gambling series in general. And because of how Mary was able to bluff this man and trick him to fold, that was something I truly appreciated and liked. Even though they're working together, they're not necessarily cheating. Even though they're giving signals, they're not automatically going to win. That doesn't mean that they're going to win instantly. There's like an equal playing field from what I can see here, unless the student council girl wants to, do something and fuck them completely over. That's the only thing I can see. But regardless, though, let's talk about the circumstances or the plot of this episode. So, basically, as we know, our two main female characters, Mary and Yumiko, have collected a debt. Thanks to Yumiko's in the first episode, Mary has collected a big-ass debt to where she is in a situation where her life is just going to be utter shit, or not what she wants, so to say. And Yumiko, she has now accumulated a massive debt, and at this moment, she doesn't really have a way to get rid of it. So she needs to figure out how she could get rid of this debt very quickly before she can continue to do what she wants to do, gambling, of course, in the school. So the circumstances of these two being in debt lead to where the student council forms this meeting, the big debt meeting, every single year. It's like a yearly thing, and anyone that has a very big debt, a colossal debt, or even a small debt, actually, even if you only have 1,000 yen debt, does not matter. If you have a debt, you have to participate in this competition. And so everybody's divided into 4 people. For instance, just, each individual group with 4 people, and all of the individuals, they have their own debt, obviously. And whoever has the highest debt, and then whoever has the lowest debt, they have the most to win or lose. And so because of that, what this means is whoever gets the most chips at the end, they get the least amount of debt. Like, whoever has the less debt in the group, they get that debt, and then their debt is completely nullified to where they no longer have to pay anything back. While the one in 4th place, the last place person, the debt of the person or all the people are exchanged. Basically, the last person gets the biggest debt, and they're completely fucked. So let's say you have the smallest debt, but then you lost, you're in 4th place. That would automatically mean that you would have the biggest debt there, and you would be even more fucked than you already were. So that is where this entire plot goes. That is the point and the threat right now for our characters. If they lose this, then their debt will get much worse, or in this case, it could get much better. Now, if you're in 2nd or 3rd, it doesn't seem like relatively it would be that bad. I mean, debt will kind of exchange a little bit, but overall, it won't be as bad as the 4th place person that loses completely. So as we know, Mary and Yumiko, they are working together, but at the same time, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to stay that way. Because remember, at the end of the day, these two are going to have to fight against each other, because whoever is first obviously loses their debt, but whoever is not in first doesn't completely lose their debt. And judging by the type of character Mary is, I could see her trying to manipulate Yumiko and make her lose in any way. Even though Yumiko is very intelligent, I don't think she would fall for anything. I could see Mary trying to do some shady shit because she doesn't want Yumiko to win, because she doesn't want to have any of her debt at all, and she wants to get rid of her debt completely, because we get a little bit of characterization from her in this episode. Apparently, even though her life has been planned out, that seems like it's a bad thing, obviously, your life being planned out and not being able to make your own decisions. From what you can see is that she's going to have a very good life from what is planned out from the student council, like what will happen. Her life is set in stone or whatever, she doesn't get rid of this debt, and it seems like her life will be a very great thing. She'll be very happy, she'll have children, she couldn't ask for much more because that's just how good her life will be. But because of that, she rips up the paper and she was very pissed. So she was like, fuck that shit, I want to live my own life. I don't want someone else controlling me and telling me what I need to do. I want to have my own control. And so in this case, that is what she's trying so hard for. She wants to get out of this debt, for she won't have a completely perfect life. She wants to do whatever she wants to do. So, very interesting episode. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. And I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.